Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I am Victor Michael Vincent Jr., and I am your reentry expert. This is part two of my segment for men. However, I'm pretty sure there are some women that may want to hear this too. So when I post it, I'll put men part two, but I'll also put for the ladies as well. And the reason why I wanted to talk to men is because I think this is something that men really need to hear. You know, it's funny because my boss put me on blast this morning because he heard one of my posts and said, man, you didn't say anything about work. I just knew you wasn't going to work. But I was told him, like, no, I wanted to do work by itself because I wanted to really define what work is. Now, let me give you the dictionary's definition of work. Work is an activity involving mental or physical effort done in order to achieve a purpose or result. To be engaged in physical or mental activity in order to achieve a purpose or result, especially in one's job, do work. And they have synonyms like labor, toil, exertion, effort. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that work is far beyond just the physical. It really coincides with the two, physical and mental. Now, somebody sent me a video a couple weeks ago, a friend of mine, about a pastor who talked about work. And he talked about how man has lost the definition of what work is. He said that when God talked to Adam, he told Adam to go to work, which means he told Adam and gave Adam the job of taking care of the Garden of Eden before he even made Eve. So man was always designed to work. And when God used that term work, or you look at the term work back in that time, it meant more than just physical labor. But somehow or another, we have turned the word work into a bad word. We have turned the word work into something ugly. Gentlemen, man was put on this planet to work this planet. We were put on this planet to make this a better place. Now, somehow along the way, we done got lost. We done figured out ways to make other people work so we can sit back and live a lazy lifestyle. And that's what it is. There's nothing wrong with good, hard physical labor. And there's nothing wrong with using your mind to create patterns, to create steps, to create blueprints to do this type of work. I often am amazed with how many people I meet today who don't want to work anymore. It's just getting to the point where it's ridiculous, and it's actually getting kind of scary because I always ask myself, well, what happens when I get the age when I have to go into a nursing home? Will there be anybody who will want to work to make sure that I'm clean, to make sure that I'm dry, to make sure I'm taken care of? Because we have developed this concept that we don't have to work. And I always say a lot of that comes behind reality TV and chasing superstars. Yo, everybody's not meant to be a superstar. Everybody's not meant to be a celebrity. And even in those fields, those people have crafted their skills by putting in work. So I encourage you, work diligently. It's crazy because every day we have been short-staffed doing our LEAF program. Most days we missing about 6 people. We try to function as best as we can. This is amazing because I'm always seeing people in the corner holding up signs, "We'll work for food." Yo, I guarantee you this, and I'm not promoting them, and I'm not saying it's a glamorous job, but there are temp agencies right here in Greensboro that the city of Greensboro uses to do the LEAF program. And we shouldn't be short. It shouldn't be that many people out there with signs saying they will take any kind of job because that job is there. And it's always there. And it has always been there. And there has always been a need for people to help us keep the city clean. So once again, man, I encourage you fellas, man, go to work. Man, get a job. Work diligently. I'm a firm believer in if you can't find one, which I find really hard to believe, create one. Create your own job. I'm big on that. I'm really big on you doing and using the skills and the gifts that God gave you to do your best, to be your best. This is 2019, and I've developed a new concept. And my new concept is I'm putting myself in a position to be able to open doors. And when I say that, I mean I want to be the guy who that when you have a problem, you can come to me and I can say, hey, go through this door, go through that door. Hey, go talk to this person, go talk to that person. Because that's what life should be about. You should be working your program, working your steps with the intent to be the person to help people out later on. We have a whole lot of people doing that right now. Don't get me wrong. We have food pantries. We have people doing clothing drives. It was funny because I have a guy that's working with a lady that does the free laundry. She has trucks to go to spots and they wash your clothes for you for the homeless. So yeah, there are people out here working diligently, but we all should. Every last one of us should be working with the mind concept, with the idea that we're going to help other people once we get to where we like to be. And I'm not talking about rich. I'm not talking about popping bottles or making it rain. I'm talking about being comfortable in the position you're in to be able to help others. I struggle every day in my current job. And there are some times where I've thought like, you know what? I'm going to step out of management. I'm going to step back because I'm used to dealing with people who want to be better. And when I'm in a situation around people who don't feel the need to be better or to be great, it kind of wears on me. I would like to be in a position where I would just go to work and then do the work that God intended me to do once I get off. But sometimes in management, you do bring problems home. And I don't care what anybody says. If you're somebody that works diligently, you go home and think about what you could do that night to make the next day better for your employees. Because see, I believe this. I believe as a supervisor, it's your job to supervise your employees, which I think means, let me rephrase that. When you're a supervisor, you're put in a position where you should be working for your employees, which means your employees should be working and your job should be helping them to get better, addressing the issues, the needs, the training for your employees to get better. But when you have employees that don't want to work, you find yourself becoming enemies and in conflict with your employees. Because when your employees don't work, then you're put in a position to have to do corrective action and things like that. So it takes away from you trying to figure out how to better them to try to address the behaviors and the problems to make them go away. I think I said that and talked about that too long and too deep. But my main objective for this whole video is, man, sometimes you got to go out here and work. Sometimes you got to get your hands dirty. Sometimes you got to take the lowest job on the totem pole with the intent on moving your way up with hard work. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am Victor Michael Vincent Jr. I am your reentry expert, and there's nothing wrong with a hard day's work. Stop letting people tell you that it's slavery. You have a choice whether you want to work or not. I know a lot of people that just won't. And it bothers me because a lot of times you'll find yourself trying to bail people out who wouldn't be in the situation they are in had they just not got up and went to work that morning. Once again, I am Victor Michael Vincent Jr. Y'all have a nice week. It's hump day. It's 2019. Stay blessed. Peace.